Hello, and welcome to part 7 of my look at the Atelier Rorona. When last we left, we got our new assignment from the castle, which was to create some healing aromas, beast statues, and witches' cells. And since we got the new assignment, we got a bunch of new things to purchase, or new books and ingredients and stuff like that. So we'll start off with making some things that we can. As you can see there, the trait that we got out of it was the wolf statue, but you had 3 other levels beyond that. That's based off of more or less the quality of the item that you're going to be creating. The higher the quality, the better the mob, or the better the effect is going to be. Obviously, summoning a wolf isn't going to be as potent as summoning, say, a griffin or whatever. So that's kind of where that is. It's still a pretty helpful tool, but you know, obviously, the higher up you go, the better it is. Same thing goes with those witches' cells. Depending on what you add to it, the effects could differ. Like the result in that one was poison. Depending on the type of components and the stuff like that, and the quality. You can get some that they can put them to sleep, they can be paralyzed, they can be blinded. There's some various other various effects that you can add and do stuff towards in order to do that. The sort of trick in all of that is that, yes, it does work on bosses. Obviously, it's harder to land and it doesn't stick as long, but you can affect bosses in that way, and it's not that difficult, or not. Sorry, it's not that far against you in order to do. It's very likely that you can affect the beasts and whatnot. So that's actually kind of a neat thing from most other games out there. You don't really get that type of an option. You know, generally your status effect items, if you're lucky to get it to hit on a big boss, it does such minimal amount of impact that it's not worth it. So you know, that's great there. I just don't use them that often. You've only got one character that can use items, and when you're not worried about healing, you know, you're generally going to want to go with some sort of attack thing and more or less debuffing, but you know, the option is there. And we're going to quickly go and turn in what we just created. And as you could see from the when we first turned in that first set and the second set, we did get the completed notice up on the left. So technically we did successfully complete the assignment. However, we want to go for the 3 stars and not the 1 or the 2. So we're shy just a little bit from getting the complete request.
Esty, I've been wondering. Huh? What is it? You know how Sturk calls you Senior SD? Well, isn't he older than you?
Oh my, you're flattering. Unfortunately, I'm a bit older and have been here longer than he has.
Oh? Come to think of it, I don't even know how old Sturk is. How old are you, SD?
Rorona, here's a little advice from your elder. Don't ask how old someone is if that person seems older than you. Never, under any circumstances.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Just be more careful next time.
What just happened? She was smiling, yet scary at the same time.
Seems like you're getting used to this whole thing.
Not really. I'm still learning a lot.
You're doing a great job, though. I can vouch for that. Just throwing out the idea. Why don't you try accepting more challenging jobs?
More challenging? I don't know if I can handle that.
I'm sure you can. Nothing can be much different from what you're already doing. The jobs you've accepted actually had more specific requests to them.
Specific requests?
Say that the deadline for one of your jobs is in 2 weeks. The client might add an extra request, saying that it would actually be better if it's done in 1 week. Or, if someone asks for an item, he might also want that item with a higher quality. It's okay if those specific requests aren't met, but you would get more rewards if they are.
Oh, I never knew about those.
It's probably faster for you to just do it and see for yourself. Here's a job request from me. Got it? There's no deadline, but it would be helpful if you could bring it to me sooner than later. I won't accept the item if you don't meet my specific request this time, so be careful.
Okay, I'll do my best. Anyway, what are you using this for?
I can't tell you that. I'm looking forward to it.
Now I'm curious. Oh well, I'll just do the job first.
Alright, so basically what that all is we get a new condition to the quests that we accept. In addition to actually supplying the amount and all that, we now have to meet certain qualifications, like the example that was given there with the supplement. We have to make the supplement of 60 plus quality. And there's going to be requests that require you to do complete the quest faster than normal or whatnot. In addition to the front desk, your friend requests will now start to all have these extra requirements as well. They can get somewhat annoying, especially when it comes to equipment-based quests. You do get some special benefits from it, like an additional reward and whatnot, and you kind of have a lottery thing, which will be shown here in a moment, that SD will provide if you actually meet it. I never really found it to be all that helpful. The stuff that you can turn in, the ticket-wise, aren't really all that great. Comparatively, it takes forever to get any certain amount, and it's all based off of luck, so don't be too concerned about it.
You got the item? Good girl.
Oh, thanks.
You're gonna get more of these jobs from other people from now on, so good luck. Anyway, enough of that. It's time for your special reward.
Huh? My special reward?
I told you that you'd get better rewards for these kinds of jobs, remember? And now you will be choosing what your reward is going to be.
I get to choose?
That's right. And you're gonna have to use this. Get it now? Okay, start the roulette.
Okay.
Congratulations! Here's your reward. And this one is from me.
A ticket?
Mm-hmm. You can trade a certain number of these tickets in for various items. Just ask me what kind of items are available.
I see. Why are you being so generous?
We're trying to get more people to accept these jobs. Some sacrifices are inevitable.
Your job seems really hard.
Besides, it's not like I'm paying for these rewards. The more tickets you collect, the better item you'll get. So good luck with collecting them.
Okay, thank you.
And that's all there is really to it. It is a lot better in Totri, where if you meet the requirement, you actually get a better quality of item, or choice of a better quality item for your alchemy. But, you know, whatever. What can you do? That's what I was saying. On these quests, outside of the friend request, and that's only to reduce the hiring cost, it really isn't that big of a deal in this particular game, unless you're going for the endings. And yeah, 8%. You know, all the quests that I do is still at 8%. One failure and one not, it goes back to 0. So it's really, it's not really worth it. And the ending, sheesh, the real true ending isn't all that great either. So, you know, it's one of those things that you let someone else do it and catch it on YouTube or something. It's just not worth it. And with that taken care of, we're going back to the mines. And this is more or less to prove a concept. And to waste time a little bit. Yeah, or not really waste time, but you get the point.
Looks like we've won.
Bring it on! Ha! Ta!
No problem at all.
Alright, back to this rock. So, choose to use a bomb bag instead. And still not enough. You do get a little bit of a better effect than you did if the bombs were singular, but really, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, the stuff that you use to actually craft it will change the effect of it, but at the end of the day, you're using like 5 bombs or whatever to make the, or you have to use multiple bombs to make the process go. It's a lot better just to concentrate on making a better quality bomb than it is to actually concentrate on the bomb bags. It's annoying, and they do fix this in the Totri game and whatnot, but it's just very annoying in this game. Thankfully, the need to actually blow stuff up in front of you isn't that prevalent. And there's only a few cases in which you really need the high-end bombs. And wholesale stuff that we'll be unlocking here in a little bit actually comes in handy when it comes to all that. So, you know, I consider that to be a little bit of a failed first attempt for the series.
That's what happens when I'm here. This is my chance. Ta!
what happens when I'm here.
They're coming. Be careful.
It was just getting fun. Bring it on! Ta! Ha! Ha! It was just getting fun. Bring it on! Ha! Ta!
Looks like we've won.
Uh-oh! Here they come!
Take this!
Ta! Ha! Ta!
Here I come! Looks like we've won.
And as you can see there wasn't that much big of a difference by using higher quality bombs in the bomb bag. The effects looks to be pretty much the same, so that was a bit of a waste on my part. It could have probably been a lot better had I just saved up or just used the bombs as they were individually instead of putting them into the bag. That's where the downside of the bag comes in a little bit. It's not as powerful as you would think it would be.
Stirk?
What is it?
I know it's none of my business, but are you sure you don't have to be at the castle?
Yes, it's fine. There's not much work for me to do around there anyway.
Oh, so what do knights do all day anyway?
Well, there's a variety of things we have to do.
You mean like beating up evil dragons and saving captive princesses?
Sounds like somebody reads too many fantasy books.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't blame you for that. That's what I thought too, before I became a knight.
But I can't think of any other jobs a knight might do.
Most of it involves paperwork and dealing with the management, like Senior SD. Sometimes we patrol the town. Fixing old buildings, breaking up drunken fights, picking up trash and cleaning the fields.
That sounds really boring.
It is, but it's a sign of peace. Sometimes, though, I start to wonder, does this kingdom really need knights? It's a pointless thing to talk about. Just forget it. Come on, let's get back to work.
I guess he's dealing with a lot of issues himself.
They're coming. Be careful. No problem at all. They're coming. Be careful.
Easy as pie. Uh-oh, here they come.
That's what happens when I'm here.
Yeah, I know a lot of this is pretty boring, just gathering and not a whole lot going on. That is one big, huge drawback to the game.
They're coming.
It takes forever for things to really get exciting.
That's what happens when I'm here.
However, it is the first in the series, so this is kind of more of the experiment, should I say, for the rest of for the additional titles, and they do get progressionally better. It's just slow, and to be fair, my first time playing through this, I concentrated way more on alchemy and not really leveling up my adventuring side of things, and I really did miss out on a lot of content because of that. You can still complete the game very easily by just being an alchemist, or just being a warrior for that matter. You just miss out on a lot. New areas only open up as you progress to a certain level in either alchemy or adventuring, in addition to the story. But really, the more exciting areas really only open up in that way. So it does get kind of boring, kind of slow because of that. You actually have to spend time. I consider this grinding. I know I'm not grinding for level, I'm grinding more for items than level at this point. But grinding is grinding. And it is a very old mechanic, and that's my huge gripe about pretty much the series as a whole a little bit, though it's not as noticeable in the other titles. Just in this first one, it's very archaic, sort of, their approach. You know, we have grinding quests and stuff on MMOs because that's what that lengthens your time with the game, and ultimately lengthening the time with the game means the more monthly dues you're gonna have to pay in order to continue to play. So it kind of makes sense from a business perspective on that case. And RPGs and JRPGs, especially single player ones, single player as in even local or LAN or whatever, single player games, grinding really needs to go away in the games. There's no reason to lengthen the game. You paid your dues, you're gonna play the game. You know, arguably you can say that it changes. It'll change the game each time that you play it. That's really not the case in a lot of games that have the grinding. And even here, where you do have some options about it, if you do certain things at certain times, you'll get different cutscenes and whatnot. It's very minimal overall. So it's just it's an old mechanic that unfortunately not everyone has evolved out of. I do have to say, though, the one big saving grace to this game, because of that, is the mixture of the alchemy and the adventuring. If this was all just adventuring, then it would be quite a bore fest. And I've got another review coming for another PS3 title that basically is the same thing as this, but it takes away the alchemy. The alchemy is the saving grace, and the heavy use of items is a saving grace. Oddly enough, there really isn't that many JRPGs that at least I've played that is so item use heavy. You know, obviously you always have the healing and the MP and whatever items that you're going to use, but really I've always found you know, bombs and stuff like that in battle to be quite useless overall. I just never saw much of a point in using them. They're not that effective. They generally cost a lot, and they it just isn't really all that beneficial to waste inventory space carrying them around. So, you know, there is some major props in that, but if you have your static turn-based battle, especially if you have your static turn-based battle, grinding really does need to go away. You know, there's still games out there that still have random encounters, and that there is no excuse for that. At least that is not the case here. I just wish they took that next leap, or that the whole grinding thing goes away. Even in MMOs, that needs to go away. So, with that, we completed all that crafting of the healing aromas and stuff. We completed the quest. We don't need to turn in anything else. We got all the stars. Don't care about the red ones again. And that completes it. So we got about 34 days to kind of do whatever we want until we get our next assignment. And that will pretty much do it for this playthrough. Again, I'm sorry for it being kind of boring. There's really not, like I said, the starting year or so, there's not really a whole lot going on. You don't really have anything exciting to go to. There's not really anything good to craft, and it's a starting area. It's an overly extended starting area. So,
Hello?
with that, I'll leave you to the rest of it. Thanks for watching. God bless.
Please, take it. Do it for me.
I can't. I won't accept this ring.
A ring? Is he proposing to her? Whoa! No, I can't just watch. Miss Tiffany is in trouble. I have to go help her. Please stop.
Huh? Who are you?
Rorona, good timing.
You shouldn't force her. She doesn't want the ring.
That's true, but I don't have a choice. It's my fault for forgetting my wallet. Don't worry about it.
But I can't take such a valuable ring. You can pay me back later when you have the money.
See? A ring would be too... What? A wallet?
I appreciate your concern, but I must pay for what I'm taking. That's how business works. So please.
No matter what you say, I'm not going to accept anything that's worth more than the product itself.
So I was completely mistaken. How embarrassing. Why don't you just return the item for now and come back later?
I wish I could, but I already took a bite into it. I can't return what's already inside my stomach.
Well then, how about this? I'll pay for the item now.
But what about...
It's fine. I brought extra money today. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But this didn't solve anything.
Then I shall hand this ring to you.
What? Oh no! Why would you do that?
Well, I owed the shop money, but now I owe you that money instead, right?
That's right. But no!
I've caused so much trouble, not only to the shop, but to an innocent girl. This shame shall last my entire bloodline. Now just take it.
No! Wait! Goodbye!
Huh? Wait! You won't get away with this!
Oops, now I feel bad for Rorona. Have I seen that customer before?
He's here again.
Yeah, Rorona.
Don't you remember how upset Mom got last time?
This is different. Now, there's a reason for this.
A reason?
Listen, Tiffany is young, beautiful, and foremost a widow.
So?
What other reasons do you need than that?
How would I know? Stop not making any sense.
Hey, Ryan is right. Justice is in our hands.
Ryan, we should go grab some drinks sometime.
I don't understand any of this.
They're coming. Be careful.
That's what happens when I'm here.